Hello everybody, Dave from Eerie Arachnids, coming at you with an unboxing video that's already unboxed. Anybody that follows my channel at all, I know there's not a ton of you, but anybody that has been following it knows that I don't like doing unboxing videos. There's specific reasons why, and I know I can edit out things that are issues or DOA or something like that, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather open everything so there's no surprises. The last thing I want is to, have something catastrophic happen while I'm filming. Of course, I probably wouldn't upload the video, but anyway, I kind of like to take everything out and then go over what I got. So this was the box. Packing was great. They use packing paper inside, the insulation and everything. What I like is they give you this nice little personalized card. I'm going to block this off for a second here. Hold on. Let's put that down this way. And I'm going to do this. Okay, because there's a code on there, and I don't want you guys to steal the code and then use it on their site, because that would be bad. You scratch it off and you get, I'm assuming there's different percentages off for an order, or I believe they have free shipping on some, which would be pretty cool for your next time that you ship out. Save you a little bit of money on shipping. You spend a little bit more money that you would normally use for shipping on a different spider or two. That would be kind of cool. It has all their information there, and their thank you, Quentin and Amy, and then they sign it. So again, very personalized. Nice little scratch off thing there. I'm gonna flip it back over so that you guys can't see my code. Yeah, here's their lovely sticker. So I saved it in my Google search as Fanghub Tarantulas. So I'm not sure if it's .com. I'm assuming so. But yeah, so let's get to what we got. Let's start off with the two, I don't want to call them big spiders, but bigger than the other 12 that we got. Okay, so the first one, which is not very visible right now, there is a Pampabedia species Mascara. I believe that Mascara must be a province or a town in Ecuador. I believe the Christmas tree pattern ones are Ecuador, right? Yeah. Not getting a very good view, are we? There we go. It's a little bit better. This one's very little skittish, really skittish. When I put it in here, got it all set up, it was all good. I lifted the lid off just to see what it was doing, take a picture, and it bolted right out. But now it's calmed down, so you can see it's in a pretty decently large setup for it. It's got a lot of room to move. Saves me from having to rehouse it for a while, and has some area there that it can make a burrow and den and hide, and also be able to come out the back end if it wants to. And that's generally what I've found with these. The few Pampabedias that I keep seem to like to have two ways to move, and always move the opposite way of what you think they're going to. They are somewhat skittish as little guys. You can see that beautiful Christmas tree pattern on there, and that really light sete. There'll be a brownish spider as a female with a little hint of, I believe, purple, and purple as a male. More purple than the brown. Everyone covets the males of these species because they are purple, and people that like purple and pink, that's the reason they want the Pampabedias, actually, for the males. Probably one of the only genera out there that some people covet the males more than they do the females. So we got that one. And we'll probably do this little one in a feeding video that I'm going to film here real soon as well. Look at that little guy. So this, again, Pampabedia species Mascara. Okay, so the next one, see if you guys can guess it before I say it. I'll give you a second or two to look it over. Some of you will probably get it right away. Note the toes. Note the toes, and note that it's living on the ground. Okay, so there's its enclosure. Again, it's not super big for this species, but it'll be a good enclosure for probably 2 or 3 molts. And then it'll need something much bigger, probably. So this is a Theraposa Apophysis. I believe it's called the pink-footed Goliath bird eater. I'm not really 100% positive on the common name of this little one, but I was pretty excited to get this. Out of the 3 of them, I like this species the best from this genus. I had a blondie female, if you remember her. But I really, really, really desperately wanted a Theraposa caudatus female, and I found somebody that had one, and we made a deal with the blondie for the caudatus, and you know, I thought that was perfect for me. I also ended up getting sending my species rufus, a Formingochelys species rufus female, and ended up with a B classy female as well, Brachypelma classy. So overall, it was a win for both of us, and I was pretty ecstatic to get my caudatus. But I'm pretty pumped to have another Theraposa, another big time monster takedown artist, and we're gonna get this one fed here and put it in a video. We'll get it all. It's probably gonna get set up, but it's still a little sketchy. Hasn't gone down into the burrow yet or done anything. It's kind of hanging up on the moss there a little bit, and then in this area so far. It's not done any kind of webbing or anything like that to give it a stronghold of where it wants to set itself up yet, but yeah, I know they don't do a ton of webbing, but they do like to do that little stringer of a, where, you know, I want to make sure I know where I'm at kind of deal. Give them an idea of what's going on around them. Very skittish right now, but you know, anytime I'm moving the enclosure, it's on guard, ready to jump and take off, and these little buggers are fast for their size. This guy's a little bit, right around 2 inches, maybe a touch more, maybe a touch less, but right around 2 inches. So we'll keep track of this one and see how it grows and the big time takedowns that it has. And let's go to the next dozen. Okay guys, so I shot this scene like 12 times already, and I can't get it right. I end up talking way too much, so I'm gonna try and do this in a minimalized way. These are 12 Tliltocotl, albopilosus, Nicaraguan. Okay, now, when I say Nicaraguan, I want you to be sure that doesn't mean that they were exported, or let me phrase that. It doesn't mean that they're actually from Nicaragua. The Nicaragua 2015 label that was put on this species was done for a specific reason, and it was labeled NIC 2015 because that's the country that the export actually came out of. Doesn't necessarily mean that's where these spiders were collected. From what I understand, a lot of the Tliltocotl albopilosus that were labeled in Nicaragua 2015, I believe, were from actually Costa Rica. So you have them in Costa Rica, then you have them in Nicaragua. I believe there are some in, I'm not sure if Panama has any, Guatemala, and I did say Nicaragua, and then Honduras, I believe. And then I think they filter a little bit into Mexico as well, the species, the Tliltocotl albopilosus. But that's, you know, again, there's so much information that hasn't been really talked about with this species, because it can't be yet. I think they're still working on trying to figure out if possibly they might be two separate species, or there's multiple species, or they're just color forms or morphs or whatever you want to call it of this species, the same as Pampabedia simoni. I think a lot of work's being done in that area, so you know, hopefully we'll see some type of revision or some clarification on some of this stuff in the next year or two. We'll see. I know they're working hard on it. People that are doing it are very dedicated people in this field. So anyway, you can see I have these laid out in a goofy manner. So why, you ask, right? Why would you just stack them up, Dave? Well, there's a reason for this. So we're going to start a new Facebook page with these guys, and it's probably going to be called the Dirty Dozen Albopilosus, because there are 12 of them, and we're going to do a controlled study here in my room over the course of however long I can do it, or however long these guys make it. We'll see. We're going to do different things. What we're going to stay the same for everything. All 12 of these will always be fed on the same day. They will not, unless one of them's in pre-molt, and we skip that, and that'll be all logged into a logbook. I'm going to get a couple logbooks to do all this in. So everything's going to be done handwritten, and then I'll just do updates on the Facebook page of these guys. Everybody will be able to follow their progress. You know, once they start to get their little curly hairs, the temperatures that they're being kept at a certain time when I feed, the average temperature for the week. I'm not going to get up in the middle of the night and do temperatures in the middle of the night, but, you know, I can do them at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's going to be about as close as you're going to get. I do have a thermal scan gun, so I can take temperatures anywhere in the room. So what we're going to do is we're going to have controlled groups. All right, so we have group 1, group 2, group 3. Group 1 will have 2 separated groups, so it'll be 1A, 1B. Same thing here, 2A, 2B, C, or yeah, C1, C2. I don't know what I said. Three different letters, 2 different numbers. Well, so damp, 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 drier, drier, drier. Fed all the same time, kept in the same temperatures. I want to work on the theory that some people in the hobby have tried to express to other people that tarantulas kept in smaller enclosures as slings will grow faster than tarantulas kept in bigger enclosures with more surface space. So we have a medium variant, we have the small variant, and we have a larger variant. Now, again, this is a 2-ounce deli cup, so it's not very big. It's not like it's huge, but I want you to see the size of the tarantulas that we're working with right now. Now, again, 2-ounce deli cup. There's the little tiny guy right there. So these are probably second instar. I doubt they're third. There's a couple of them that are a tad bit bigger than the others, and there's a couple that are, I would call them runt looking. They were kind of small, and one of them is in one of these deli cups. So you can imagine how much surface space this one has. So is it going to be harder for this one to find its prey and eat and grow in the same temperature as it will be for, let's say, don't crawl out, this little guy in this smaller enclosure that I'm banking on they will burrow down all the way. Hopefully they will make nice burrows. Both, I mean, all of them. I'm hoping that they all do, but this will all be cataloged. You know, we'll say, hey, you know, 1A isn't making a burrow at all, but 2A and 3A did. Same thing here. You know, we'll keep these drier. So if we moisten these guys down, say once a week, we'll do these guys every other week. It'll all be logged. You guys can follow all of that on the Facebook page specifically for these guys. I'm not looking for, you know, any new followers as far as, I mean, if you want to follow my channel, by all means, you know, hit the button, but I'm not doing this to get more exposure. I'm doing this as a controlled study that everyone can follow along with at the same time. And you'll be able to see types of progress. Now, granted, these are slow growing spiders, especially at this size. Their first few molts, they hardly get any bigger. I'm not going to measure them. I'm going to give you estimations. You know, we'll say this guy was a ½ an inch and he molted and he looks like maybe now he's, you know, 7/16 of an inch, or no, that would be less than a ½ an inch, wouldn't it? Yeah. We'll say 9/16 of an inch or 5/8 of an inch now. It maybe grew 1/8 of an inch. Or, you know, these guys here that are in these little vials, how far do they dig down? This one I accidentally put a little less dirt in than the other one. So that one will be a oddball. But I think I kind of got the same amount of substrate in all of those except for that one for some odd reason. But it'll be something fun that everyone can follow along. I'll be able to link it to the Tarantula community group, so you guys can check it out through there if you want to. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of fun. I have more of these coming, and they're going to go to my friend Tracy. She's been a follower of the group from probably day one. A friend of mine. She lives on the other side of Pennsylvania. I had sent her, or she got, I can't remember if I sent her that albopilosus. I can't remember, albopilosus. I can't remember. Anyway, she had a Nicaraguan albopilosus that she got, and he matured out. So she sent him to me because I have a female. I was hoping that having the mature male here would entice her to molt. Well, it didn't. But he didn't live very long. I don't know what happened. Less than a couple months, actually, after he molted, he did a sperm web, and then a couple days later, he was dead. I have no idea what happened. He was in a very small enclosure, didn't have a ton of room to move, so it wasn't like he was overexerting himself or anything. But anyway, back to this. So if you want to join in on that, We're going to name these 12, and I'm going to let you guys do it. So the first 12 people that comment here with the name, as long as it's tasteful, that's going to be the name of the spider. So we're going to start, we'll start with 1A. And so the first person that names the spider, we're going to mark 1A on here. I'm going to get little stickers to write it on. I don't want to print them. I probably could print them out on my little printer, but it's hard to put those little labels, on these guys. Plus, I won't be able to see them as much. I'd rather stick something to the top, or just, I have little wire stickers that I use at work that I can put on here. That'll, they're letters and numbers. They're real small. So I can put those on there so I know who's who. Again, and we'll log it all and have a little bit of fun together. Maybe learn a few things along the way. Hopefully, all 12 of them thrive and we don't have any deaths. But we'll mark that down. What happened, and then we can speculate what the problems may have been. Like maybe this guy here in this enclosure, maybe it was too damp. And we could say, oh well, maybe was dampness an issue with it? Hopefully, none of them die, but. A lot of them don't survive in the wild, so we're going to do our best here with these guys. I know these guys are a little hardier. That's why I decided to do it with these. I wanted to do this with baboons. Again, these are much cheaper than baboons are. But maybe we'll do that if I end up, breeding some baboons and having some egg sacs. We'll do that with stuff like that, too. I enjoy doing these kind of things. Scientific work. Even though I'm not a scientist, just kind of do oddball, in-house, anecdotal information that now I can document, and maybe we can write something up about it later on, or I can find somebody to help me write something about them later on. So, again, go check out Fanghub. Tell them I sent you. They may say, God, you don't want to deal with him. Stay away from him. Go check out the Tarantula Community Facebook group. We're going to be doing some changes there. And I have a good video coming up. Danny, it's coming. So if you're watching this, I want to make sure it's right. This is basically I had a childhood dream fulfilled, but it ended up being part of the hobby. So it kind of came full circle for me. So this dream I had as a child, a young, not young child, but as a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid, of one day wanting to be on something, I've accomplished that. Thankful to a certain person. So I will do that video soon. I need my laptop here. I left it at work. I was going to do that video today, but there's a spot right here for the sticker. That's going to go right there. I also got a magnet, and I'm pretty excited, and we'll push a little bit of product. And I hope you guys enjoy that next video, and I can't wait to make it, but I want to do it the right way. I may even be in that one myself. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was long. I know this part was long. I hope you guys listened to it. I'm not going to blame you if you didn't, but you wouldn't know that I'm blaming you right now because you didn't get this far anyway. So those of you that did make it this far, go ahead, throw one name down there. Only one name. First 12 of you guys, that's it. And happy keeping.